Hello friends and welcome back to the Robot Wars Robot Arena 2 Tag Team Championship Tournament. Last episode we did the first 6 fights of the first round of the winners bracket, and now the table looks like this. Of course, on the left side being the winners from last episode. This episode we're going to do the next 6 fights, so without further ado, let's get this one going. Up first we have Team Bulldog, Bulldog Breed and Explosion, and they'll be facing off against Team Beast, Beast 2 and Beauty 8. So, let's get this one underway.
It's gonna be a rough ride! Get ready, Roboteers! Let's see if you're ready for a real fight!
Thank you, Jonathan Pierce, for that intro as always. And going into this, I was putting my bets on the Beast team, but Beauty has rushed into danger if you excuse me, straight away. And maybe in some serious trouble. Both the featherweights actually looking to be in trouble. Explosion now immobilized against the back wall. Oh, and Bulldog caught against the wall. Needs to get away. Bit of a gap as the Beast team have a bit of miscommunication, but Bulldog's still in trouble. Bulldog Breed thrown right over the back wall. No, can he hold on? It's looking like he's going to flip it back into the arena. He's got a bit of space here. He needs to drive forward and get out of the way. No, once again thrown in the air. This 2-on-1 scenario, especially with flippers, is rather hard to escape. They will just get under you and push you. Can he get under the featherweight? The floor flipper does that for him. And he throws Beauty straight out. It's now Beast versus Bulldog Breed, and that's it. Call cease. Team Beast progress through to the next round. Team Bulldog are going home. Up next we have Team Forces of Nature, Tsunami and the Block of Wood facing off against Team Mute, Mute and Micro Mute, the creative name team. Let's get this one going. Going into this, I'm going to give the advantage to Team Mute, I think, just for the lower ground clearance. With Mute confused between the two to attack, it's going to be difficult. Ooh, Tsunami stuck in a corner there. They may actually flip themselves out of the arena if they're not careful. Although they've made it back somewhere towards the centre these days. These days? Now. Mute boys could be in trouble here. Miscommunication could cost them. Especially with Micro Mute just being a flat triangle, basically. Both the featherweights really useless. Just a push bot. Ooh, Block of Wood could have been in some serious trouble if Mute had caught him there. Mute and Micro Mute coming together. Tsunami gets under Mute. Could cause some serious issues here. Mute back on its wheels. The two featherweights just again in a pushing match. Block of Wood thrown out though. That means it is now 2-on-1 to Team Mute against just the Tsunami. Tsunami just being thrown about by the Mute machine. It needs to get its wheels down and stay there. Micro Mute goes under Mute, costing him the flip there, and really being just in the way. Although Tsunami does appear to be stuck upside down, all 3 robots really being stuck. Micro Mute has been eliminated by the back wall. That means the 2 of them are literally stuck in place. It's just going to be a count out from here, and that means Tsunami will be immobilized first, meaning that Team Mute progress on. Moving into our third fight of the day, we have Team RCC's Mantis and Valkyrie. As I believe I'm recalling correctly, they scraped through, with Mantis getting stuck upside down. And they're facing off against Team Lightning, Lightning, the sideways flipper, and Mr. Mangle, the egg beater spinner. Let's get this one underway. I'm going to be very interested to see how the flipper does at Lightning getting under Mantis. He gets under him nicely, but doesn't get a flip in. The spinners are, well, a little ineffective at the minute. The egg beater doesn't appear to be connecting. The flipper of Lightning doesn't actually appear to be firing. He does appear to just be using himself as a rambot, which would be a massive mistake. It does appear the AI doesn't realise he has a flipper, unless they're really trying to get him high up on the wedge before they use it. Although that is Valkyrie immobilized and then thrown over the wall afterwards. It does appear Mr. Mangle is coming apart at the crusher. Or is it? Was that a part of Mantis? I don't know. I really can't tell, but they're all stuck together again from here. Lightning, not really using itself to its full advantage. Then again, neither does Mantis. Mantis lacking its lifting capabilities that it does have. Just being pushed around a bit now, but Mr. Mangle is stuck under lightning, just doing damage. This really seems like a bad idea, as he should be going for Mantis. Yeah, he's done 2 critical hits to his own teammate, I believe. This has just become a bit of a shoving match, to be honest, with the heavyweights there, and then the spinner being a bit of a nuisance. Lightning is severely damaged from the left wheel, I believe. This may go to a full 3 minutes at this rate, none of them really having the complete damage they need, or damaging capabilities they need, to really do anything else, unless someone hits the pit release and then pits them. See Lightning just backing off slightly and then nudging. It's not even doing a ram anymore, it's just a nudge. We're already almost 2 minutes of the 3 through this fight, and the most points is going to Mr. Mangle purely because it's the only spinner there. Mantis has missed the crush completely and really does need to remove its claw, I think. Just lift up, get in there properly and grab it. You can hear the slight whirring of motors in there now, I believe, over the music as it went quiet. This really is quite a dull fight. It's just a bit of push and shove. Oh, Lightning backs away again, and nudges. Not even a ram, but with one motor working slower than the other, it's rather hard to steer, as I would know from my featherweight, which has some motor issues at the moment before I fix it for September's competition. I will explain that in another video coming soon, I believe. I hope. It's just some nudging. Push and nudge. Mr. Mangle unable to get the egg beater in there. Maybe that claw does have a grip and I couldn't see it properly. Doesn't appear to, but it must have some kind of grip because it is holding very consistently. Or is he just balanced up on the spikes? Pinned against the wall now, and that's it. Cease has been called, and it's going to go to a judge's decision. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the judges have taken their time to consider the categories damage, style, control, and aggression, and they're confused. I mean, early on, the aggression would have gone to Team RCC for Valkyrie's movement, but that was very quickly eliminated, so it's not going to count for much. For damage, I mean, technically, Lightning was the most damaged bot out there, but it was from its own teammate. So whilst that's a lack of control from one team, I suppose, is it damage points for the other? We're not sure. But overall, they've gone for Team RCC, as Mantis had complete control of Mr. Mangle for most of the fight, and most of the damage was done to Lightning. Therefore, Team RCC are going through on a technicality. Moving on from that possibly controversial decision to the 4th fight, we have Team Big Nipper, the Big and Little Nipper twins, facing off against Team Beastie Wheels, Beast Evo and Beauty 2, the other Beauty and the Beast combination. Let's get this one underway. This is going to be an interesting fight. It's going to be the gripping power. Oh, that was a massive flip! Little Nipper thrown straight out by the Beauty machine, I believe. This could be serious trouble for Big Nipper. It's stuck under a flipper and has a flipper under it from the featherweight, I believe. This could go very badly. Beast Evo needs to back away. And it does. The Big Nipper machine now thrown upside down is a very bad place to be, is upside down when against a wedge flipper. They'll just get under you and toss you around, as they are doing. Surely... Ooh, Big Nipper gets underneath him though. Big Nipper could get a grip in here. Although very few points really being scored according to the in-game system. Beauty backs away. All robots have separated. Here we go again. This time Big Nipper with the advantage, but it is flipped by the featherweight. Beauty's got to be careful here. Almost flipping its own teammate out, and I believe Beast Evo might be stuck? Not sure. It's not being counted out because it was just pushed to the side, but I believe they're stuck. Firing their flipper may escape them from this position, but there goes... Well, there goes Beauty, and it looks like Beast Evo is going to be counted out. It does appear to be stuck against the back wall. 3, 2, 1. That's it! Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Team Big Nipper are going through because, well, Beast Evo got stuck. Let's move on to our next fight. Up next, we have Team Big Bro, the bigger brother bot, and Hardwired 2 facing off against Team Kodox, Can Opener and Minor Tom. Let's get this one underway. This is going to be an interesting competition. Can Opener getting in behind Bigger Brother will have a good grip on the angled sides, but it needs to avoid the featherweight, which it hasn't done. Minor Tom already eliminated against the back wall. That really is becoming a serious issue with this series so far. Can Opener now stuck up on the hardwired machine, which means if Bigger Brother was to back away, they would very easily get the flipper under it. Here we go. Flipper under, tosses it up and over, but there we go. That could be Can Opener's chance. Can Opener, come on. No, failing to get the grip, being pushed around, really thrown around by Bigger Brother. Hardwired getting under its teammate. Could this be useful, helping to push forward? I don't think so. It's going to be lifting Bigger Brother's wheels off the floor. Hardwired backs away massively to the far side of the arena, slams in, and does something. This really could just become another pushing and shoving match. Only when bots separate will the flipper lower, and they'll have a chance to actually flip anything. Right now, Can Opener has the points, and is still gaining, so might have a grip on the bar. It no longer does. No, it's broken free. Bigger Brother looking to get under. This could be the opportunity to get a proper flip in. If they were to go out and round to the side, they could throw it out of the arena. Can Opener, though, once again, has actually got a grip. Although that grip has now been separated as it's leaned up against the wall. Big Brother, though, able to get a toss, a half flip, whatever you want to call that in. As Can Opener once again gets the... That is a perfect grip right around the flipping arm, but thrown right off it, just sliding off. The gripping skills of Can Opener are being tested here. It just appears to slide off whenever it does get a good grip, although those grips are doing damage. The Bigger Brother machine at about half health. Hardwired being rather ineffective in the damage department, but you can't deny it's aggressive. All three robots separate and back away. Hardwired is actually upside down. There's a lift. This is what Bigger Brother need. They need to get a lift and a push, but they're knocked off course by their own featherweights. Hardwired is really not showing control and really being a detriment to the team here. Can Opener, though, gripping strong. Bigger Brother unable to get flips in for the majority of this. If this goes to the judges, it will be a close one. It could be the fact that Minor Tom was eliminated so quickly that decides it against them. Bigger Brother just trying to lower its arm, but it needs to back away. There's a grip. The grip is now right around, or was, I should say, right around the lifting arm and the flipper. But now it's just being pushed across our screens. The pit has now been released with 7 seconds to go. This is going to go to the judges, and I'd imagine a rather tough decision. Cease is called. To the judges we go. Okay, so for this one, the judges have gone and actually reviewed the footage. I've gone back and watched the fight again, and I'm still unsure what to do here. So Minor Tom was eliminated incredibly quickly. Even though it was by the back wall glitch, it was still a quick elimination. Hardwired was entirely ineffectual, really being a detriment to Bigger Brother, meaning both featherweights are entirely useless. So I'm going to look at this from an almost heavyweight exclusive point of view, because the featherweights, one was eliminated, Hardwired had no control, was aggressive, so I guess I have to give points there, but did no damage and isn't particularly in the way of stylish. Then again, style's a strange category to grade, which is why they got rid of it in Modern Robot Wars. So from the heavyweight perspective, you've got Bigger Brother getting some flips in, but really not doing much other than turning an invertible machine over, which has little effect. Can Opener gripping strongly around the lifting bar, but not really being able to crush anything or snap it off. So this is going to be a very tough one for the judges to call. But I think they've made their decision, and they've gone with Team Kodox in another controversial judge's decision. Kodox has been picked. Let's move on to our final fight, and you can let me know in the comments whether you think I'm right or wrong to make that decision. So for our final fight of the episode, and the final fight of the first round of the winners bracket, that is a lot of F's in that sentence, the final fight of the first. And that is Team Gar, Dystopia and Defector. And they'll be facing off against Team Dantom Kia and the GTK Featherweight. For the final time for the first round of the winners bracket, let's get this one underway. And we're underway in what is an all-flipper final round, or final fight of the round I should say. And it's already quite flip-heavy with Dystopia flipping Defector. DTK Featherweight eliminated by the back wall glitch, meaning that Danton Key is in trouble, flipped upside down, flipped all around. DTK Machine is just left upside down. Then again, both heavyweights, two of the bots upside down. It appears to be the case, oh, the pit has descended. It appears to be the case that two bots are always upside down, I was trying to say, but Danton Key has been flipped out and eliminated, meaning that our final fight, and possibly the shortest of the episode, goes to Team Gar. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode. Before we go, I'm going to read off the winners for this episode and progressing through to the second round. We have Team Beast, Team Mute, Team RCC, Team Big Nipper, Team Kodox, and Team Danton Kia. There were two relatively controversial judges' decisions in this episode, so please let me know in the comments whether you think that they were wrong, and maybe both those teams could return for a redemption match, and they face each other, and then the winner will stay in the tournament at a later date. Let me know. It might happen depending on how controversial you think those decisions were. Anyway, I've been Callum. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.